Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And
let's play a game together. Yeah!
Alright, so we are back, and we are actually going to look at the rest of this fairy garden, I hope, and we'll just see.
Hope?
We're going to clear around the fairy houses.
I see.
Instead of, you know, help the fairy houses. That's fine. We got this. Alright, do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Alright, except for you, we're going to go make a gate.
Look, the mice are back.
They are.
I was going to question the wisdom in trying to fix up these fairy houses with a little over a day left.
Uh-huh.
But then again, you did make a museum out of an old airplane in like 2 days, so...
Yeah, that was with Luke's welding and support help. And, God, he's done a lot of really valuable, expensive work over here, hasn't he?
Like, wild.
I know. I'm amazing.
I honestly...
It's all about me.
Like, dude, you would just win. You would win every party trick. You'd be like,
God.
hey guys, support me on Patreon. Watch me build this stuff.
A little while later, I can make... Oh, we just took it away.
What?
We removed the tree. Clear weeds around fairy houses. Yeet the fairy house! We couldn't tell what the weeds were. Oh my God, I am so offended. It's like when you remove those standing stones. Why would you take the stump out? That was an integral part of the structure.
Oh, clear. I'm really baffled. Why did you do that again?
I don't know. Even more mice. Except for I think that was those 4 mice up there showing up down here.
Uh-huh. Oh, they're the same 4 mice. They keep cycling them around.
Yeah, but they were literally moving around up there and then just appeared out of these bushes.
Yep.
Your pathing is insane, Lily's garden. Oh, hey, little fellas. Sorry for the inconvenience, but we're fixing you up a brand new and with a new and better home.
The thing is they're supposed to be different mice, I'm pretty sure. There's supposed to be a ton of mice out here.
Except for it's always a set of 4 in those colors.
I understand that, but they're reusing them. This is a common tactic. You should raise their rent when we're done with the renovations.
Landlord mentalities.
Boo.
Huh. I would never take advantage of hard-working, middle-class field mice. Not a landlord mentality. Love it. I made your space nicer. You can pay me more. You know what? I make the same amount of money as when I moved in here before.
I also, at the same time, too, middle-class field mice. Only middle class, though.
Not lower class.
Not lower class.
Not lower class. Housing is a human right, Regina. Yeah.
Okay.
But...
Because again, I'm like, you're only talking about middle class, because some people just
This doesn't also fit in. So again, this feels like one of those nods to millennials and the new generations and their new ideals, but not like it's actually committed, because Lily hasn't spoken about any of her beliefs in that way at all, ever. And a lot of her other beliefs have been sort of her other behaviors and stuff have been sort of contrary to this.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm also talking about that it seemed like she's not a complete character, because they're implying lots of things, but they never actually have, like, conversations in regards to it, and there's never a discussion. But I'm like, again, the game is not here. It's really just like, this is bait. This is what this is.
None of it's ever rooted in anything, and they're, again, a bunch of catchy one-liners that sound familiar to their demographic they're aiming at. Yep. Or to, you know, maybe potentially boomers playing this game too, going, ha, I hear everyone say that, it's so ridiculous.
And especially in a lot of ways that Lily might be considered to be completely an idiot, or, you know, very lightheaded. Well, God, she just has so many problems. What's her issue? Every time I think I know what's going to come out of your mouth next, I'm proven wrong.
You have your gender studies minor from Carpentry College. I have my political science minor from Numbers College.
Honestly, that would work really... Okay, that could work really well with somebody who basically has a background in accounting. They're like, I know what the numbers are. This shit is so bad. But they don't talk about her background at all. They don't use her background, except other than, again, to be like, here's quippy, weird stuff that we just sort of...
I haven't known very many people who have worked in finance and numbers, but all the people that I have known that have worked in it have been like, this is insane. Like, if I work in, like, medical billing, this is insane. If I work in, like legal, as a paralegal, it's like the prices are insane. And then recently, my tall friend had taken on a part-time job doing something for a real estate firm. And it was basically doing a sort of like a more complex secretarial job, and not to say that secretary jobs are simple at all. Being a
but there are different degrees of it.
I was gonna say, but there's different levels of responsibility, so it wasn't quite a secretary job. Anyway, but it was a little bit like there was a few other things tacked on. Anyway, and he was just like, I cannot believe the prices of houses and what they're being sold for, and also without really realizing what he was identifying. But I figured it out after I thought about it after he talked about it for a while. He's like, and you see the same houses come up and be resold on the market all the time to like the same 3 sets of companies, and they're basically moving their wealth around. So there's a level of basically tax deductibles and moving it and not having to pay property taxes. And then there's also a level of these houses are ridiculously expensive, even when private buyers are buying them for the amount of house you're getting. He's like, it's ridiculous. And there's no consistency at all, even for location. He would see them come up in the same parts of town, in the same neighborhoods, with the same amenities for dramatically different prices. And the houses were considered to be in the same condition, as well as various different things in other places as well. It's just very arbitrary.
So this is what people also talk about in regards to, I think it's called money laundering, in regards to like the fine art industry, where somebody will be like, what I did is that I will have a friend, they will create a work of art, and that I will buy that work of art from them once one of my basically friends that knows how to appraise art, and they will appraise it at a certain value that I wish to basically get a deductible on.
That I wish to have a tax deductible experience on, and then I will donate that art for that charitable tax deduction.
And then I'll just get my money back. And it's terrible. Like, actually, it was one of the things that happened when I did my taxes this last year, whatever it was, where somebody was like, why, well, if you'd done a donation, you'd be able to get all this back. And I'm like, I don't have that kind of money. Well, yeah, that's true, I guess. And I was just like, what the fuck are you, like, you just casually just sort of went like, yeah, well, you know, if you'd just done donations to these organizations or whatever else, you would have just gotten, I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't even have that kind of money, and you're just sort of like shaming on me for not having that kind of money, and that's not what I did with my money.
Right.
Like, what the shit?
Getting our taxes done last year was a shaming exercise. It was amazing.
It was
all right.
wild.
Numbers college. Good job. Lily.
Numbers college.
I love that she actually did get to go to college and that she finished. It's kind of cool. Like, I appreciate that it's a meritocracy kind of thing, but it seems like something she wanted for her.
Well, it's also like, I don't believe, for at least for me, that education ever really is necessary. Like, I don't really believe that it's always in vain. Like, it's always something to help you connect more to your world and help basically give other people other information. I'm sure there's plenty of people in our audience who are like, sometimes you're going like, God, why did I get that degree? And you're kind of like, guys, they're very useful. Neither of us got a degree. Like, and I still want to go back to school again, and I had a good time with it, but I like learning. And I think a lot of people underestimate going like, you don't understand sometimes how much that knowledge has literally helped a lot of people change their lives. And it's really difficult sometimes to comprehend that, where you're going, yeah, but it was this degree where it was this throwaway degree. And it's like, yeah, but you still really have more answers than some people do.
It can still be available for personal enrichment, and there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't have to pay you back. Now, obviously, in a capitalistic society, you may want it to pay you back.
Right.
But the thing is it doesn't have to pay you back in money. I have been in spaces and around people where the only thing they think about is ROI, return on investment. If you'd paid time in, what are you getting back for it? If you paid money in, what are you getting back for it? And that all things paid in should get money back equivalent to or better than what you put in your time, effort, and or money. And that is a bleak way to live your life, even if that's what capitalism encourages.
And that also, though, means that if you recognize that, we can start working on changing the system.
Have at that gate, lady!
Ha-ha!
We're gonna open the gate.
Regina Project!
In some ways, you are a bit like Luke.
Yes.
How is that carpentry? That's amazing.
That is wild.
Also, this isn't a gate. This is an archway. Literally not a gate.
I know.
Whoa. Also not a gate.
Also,
but a cool ass, and definitely not carpentry.
That's stonemasonry?
Yes, carpentering school teaches
but that's
stonemasonry.
also what that was too, because that's stone and carpentry.
I don't like the color of the stones, but I really like that it actually has a gate.
I know.
This probably matches the fairy aesthetic best.
Yeah. That's
How did you make that out of wood, Regina? How did you do it?
Regina, I work at the Renaissance Fair, don't you know? I fixed it. Tell me you love me.
I love you. Yes! I predicted it.
Yes! Perfect. Who loves you?
You do? Oh, Regina loves me. Yes!
That's right!
Now, are we going to ever settle the bill with you?
She fixes gates for you. She fixes roofs for you. She lifts rocks for you with only a little complaining.
Aha! She's my fave!
She knows.
I'm so glad, because she should. You know what? Sometimes when I give a friend a compliment and they go, I go, you should know that. Yes, excellent, wonderful. When you're just like, you are fabulous, and they go, I know I am. And I'm like, I'm so glad you know. I'm going to tell you again.
You really are.
It's really good. Repair another fairy house. An individual,
you mean
separate
remove the fairy house?
I assume it's going to be removing one. There's
nope,
the same
we're going to
for
repair
mice.
it.
All right, little fellas, get ready to be blown away Unless we're using the same materials, this is not a repair, this is a replacement, just so you know your language. They're going to be all picky and nitpicking on each other's language throughout the game all the damn time, and that's a major theme of people bitching at each other for each other's languages. Then I'm going to be like, this is not a repair, it's a replacement.
Bitch.
All right. To be blown away by your brand new 3-story lakeside mansion.
Ooh.
That will not increase the rent. I love how they're just watching, but that's super surreal. Okay, the stump is there.
Oh.
Holy shit, we kept the stuff and refurbished it and put the stump back in. Okay, who wants to go dig out and remove a stump and refill the dirt and flatten it into a place, into a smooth area, and then dig it out and put the stump back in and rebuild around it when you're done?
What we ended up doing is we ended up doing that filler thing that the guy does for all the, remember they did the crafts where they were showing the guy who uses like ramen to fill in the holes? So we pulled it out, we filled it in with material so that we make it more waterproof. We
Okay, so we took the stump out, we took it to the workshop, we power washed it, then we filled all of the cracks and things with amalgam, then we sealed it, and then, we did some finishing, aesthetic touches and resealed it, so now it's going to last forever.
Yeah.
And then we put it back in the ground. Why we filled the hole while we were doing that, though? That seems like a lot of work.
All right, you know what? When has this ever made sense?
Why is that one so much smaller?
Mushrooms.
I like the mushrooms, but I want it to be bigger again. Bigger! Everything bigger! Fine, mushrooms.
Mushrooms went out. Yes!
Hello, mouse.
Hi.
It's so nice to think about Uncle Arthur making these things. Is it? And repairing them makes me feel a little more connected to him. That's cute.
That is cute.
The little mice just sitting in there is adorable.
He died when you were really young, right?
Kinda. Yeah, early onset dementia. Aunt Mary said it happened really fast. They noticed it starting, and then within a few years, he was just gone.
That's awful.
Yeah. I never got to know him. I wonder what he'd think of me now.
Well, I guess I'm biased, but it seems like you turned out all right to me.
That's super cute. I don't like the phrase, you turned out all right, because it suggests you're done. But...
Yeah. I think you're good to go. We can harvest you now.
Put a fork in you. You're done. You have finished. You are cooked.
Hey, look. Bend over. I got a thermometer.
Time to consume.
Ding.
Whoa. Anyway, but I like the spirit she said it in.
Yes.
Thanks, lady.
Welcome, girlie.
Yeah. Are we going to do another one, I guess? To use as many stars as possible. Choose a hedge is your only option.
Aha!
Choose your hedge. It's like choose your weapon. Okay, that hedge looks fine.
Choose your hedge mage. Do you have anything quippy to say about trimming the hedges?
Oh, so we're not trimming we're not choosing a hedge, we're just trimming them, except we're not, so.
I have one.
Go.
But I'm not going to say it.
No! Is it something about a bush?
Yes.
Yes! We are an adult channel here.
We are.
We're not mature content, but we're not for kids. What about the bush?
No.
No, okay, my friend won't, but it's fine.
All right, it's fine.
No shaming on Buddy here. Here we go.
No, not at all.
Give me a minute. I'll have one when we're done.
Good. We actually just got right to it.
Choose bushes.
Oh my god. Choose trees.
Choose trees. I mean, these are technically a type of bush.
Honestly, I love the, lines that gives it. It's so crazy. That's so good.
It is ridiculous, and I kind of love it. There we go. We just trimmed them into that.
Okay. I'm ready for that quip.
I hope so. Hedge. Mnemonic. Yeah, I had something for this.
Don't force it.
You put me on the spot.
Sorry, babe.
I forgive you. Performance anxiety. I can't believe this.
I mean,
I
can.
There's a lot of cutscenes in here.
No kidding.
In this particular day.
Sun's going down soon. Ready to call it a day?
I guess so. Are we close enough? We only have tomorrow. Yeah, not much of a choice. It's not like you can work in the dark.
Imagine how much faster this game would go if you could work in the dark.
Oh my god.
Think you'll be needing me tomorrow? Doesn't look like there's a lot left to do out there.
I mean, I have to refurbish every one of those stumps, and that is a carpentry skill.
Right, and also then potentially do the tree and the mini island and the little lake, and we'll see.
How about I would just like your company? It'd be great. No, I'm actually feeling pretty good about the deadline. It's just clean up the rest of the grove and fix all the fairy houses.
Yeah, no kid. Okay, cool. I didn't want to leave you in a lurch, but I wanted to spend tomorrow working on something for a friend.
You have other friends? Really?
Yeah. You know, like Luke has got a job. I have other things I do, honey.
Can I ever meet any of your other friends?
Nope, goodbye!
Okay. Oh, that's no problem. I owe you so much for all your help with this project, Regina, and the running bill that I've already incurred with you.
You know I'm happy to help and invoice you.
I'm excited to get that invoice once I can pay it.
Oh, God.
We'll see you on Judgment Day.
Which is...
Day after tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
No, day after tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Nice.
Later, Lils.
Okay. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. I got this. I think so. Ooh, I never checked the mail today. Yeah, well, he was supposed to send you that thing. So maybe you got the thing, except for he said he wanted to do it in person.
We've also only checked the mail once.
No, we've done it twice, like 2 different times in the whole 30 days.
Have we?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
I think we...
It's been at least twice. Junk mail, magazine, cell phone bill.
That you get through your regular mail?
Some people get a paper cell phone bill. I've never done it, but some people do.
I appreciate that, but dang!
Oh, Samira overnighted me that paperwork. Have to read this with Philip, figure out why it said Aunt Mary bought this place in the... Oh my God! Wait. Land record of the estate.
It goes out here.
So the other piece that she inherited... Okay, so I get what they're saying. But if he's the executor of the other part of the estate, it doesn't have the same things if it's a separate will. However, why didn't he contact the person who was the inheritor and there wasn't a reading of her second will doesn't make any sense. Because Lily should have received 2 letters with 2 wills or 2 lawyers calling her.
Yes.
Okay? So I appreciate that. Wait, this land record isn't for this place. This is the place on the other side of Luke's house.
There's your other 30 days.
So Luke is a tenant of your aunt. That's how he lives there. And he's been a tenant of your aunt, but he's not paying you rent because it's only been a month, so he probably paid last month.
Probably.
It connects to the property, though, and
connects to this property, though.
This property, though, and Aunt Mary owned it, so... Oh, no. We're suggesting there's a fuck ton more stuff to do, and I appreciate that. But if it's not there's all the blankness.
Really?
Look at that. If it is not in the contract or the original land record that Mr. Jones is in charge of, it doesn't apply. Because if he is indeed dealing with one will that has one specification, assuming he's telling the truth and all manner of things, then he is only in charge of that. So the tension here doesn't work for me, though I appreciate that she's stressed out. Okay? I also love that it won't load. I have no idea what we're looking at.
I don't either.
There's no way to fix it up in time. I only have a day left. Yeah, well,
that's
sucks
why
to
you
be
call.
you, I guess. Except for, again, Mr. Jones specified what you had to fix up for him. So you're fine. Why? Why did Philip keep this from me? He didn't? It's a different lawyer? He's been here so many times and he never mentioned that property next door. He also didn't have the deed and information for it based on what he sent you.
Samira also explicitly said, I'm the one who handles this other thing.
And she did this under 2 different identities as 2 different people with 2 different executors.
Yeah.
Which means that Philip doesn't have that information. On the other hand, if he did have that information and there's a special condition and it includes that other stuff and the other lawyer isn't contacting you, you have legal grounds to interact with both of them if they're going to say, oh, you lost the property because you didn't do it.
Right.
Like, she really can be like, this is the land record he gave me, this is what I worked from.
Right.
She also has a couple of witnesses, a few witnesses, to be like, they've been interacting with this, though she's been real scarce about sharing with Luke and Regina exactly how big this place is.
Yeah, no shit.
All right.
I would immediately
You
be
own
calling
Luke's house, just so you know. He's been so cagey about everything. I don't understand why he'd do this. Because he wants you to invest the money, the time, and the effort, and then sell it, I guess. I'm not going to inherit. I can't believe this. I'm not going to inherit. This has all been for nothing.
There you are! I got a bone to pick with you!
What? I'm not in the mood, Mom.
Well, too bad! Oh, God.
Talk to Holly. All right, so did any of it actually load over here? Let's find...
It's still not loading.
It's still not loading. There's nothing. This is amazing.
Oh, my God, it's my favorite.
That's pretty good. Also, there's still all of this area. Which
yeah, you're
ruins
gonna.
and such
I'm
in
like,
it.
no. This is where the rest of the game is. So that's how they've
Dragged it past 30 days. All right,
Yeah.
guys. Well, this has been an adventure.
Yeah. So.
Thank you very much for joining us.
But you know what? After tomorrow,
we'll call it a
done.
day.
Yeah. So thank you very much for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you're having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or Patreon. I got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!